Welcome to another episode of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. That is me, Dr. Noopy. Episode 61 today, and I am so excited. I'm so giddy because today we have the coolest cat in town, Miss Lonnee Rey, as my special guest. Anyway, for those of you who don't know me, I am a GP. I'm a doctor in the UK. I'm a family physician. And I am also a inspirational and transformational speaker and life coach. And I guess what I love doing the most is really showing and sharing with my patients, with my clients, truly how to understand their whole self-health needs. And what do I mean by that? I really mean tuning in to aspects of your whole self, your physical health, emotional, psychological, and spiritual, and almost learning how to decipher how that mind-body connection works and how to keep it in balance. It's learning how to recognize those needs, to keep them realigned, and to keep them replenished. And I share this how-to through my F-list framework, which essentially teaches you how to find your fizz and flourish. And I think the best way of showing you how the F-list works, what it makes you feel, is through my brand story, which was created by the insanely talented Devin James Stinson. And he really does capture, I guess, the fizz, the magic, the sparkle of what working through the F-list potentially can bring for you. So, without further ado, Mr. Producer and fabulous big brother, please may we have the brand story.
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Noopy Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Noopy Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
Oh, I can't stop beaming. I literally can't stop grinning. Right, without further ado, come on down, Miss Lonnee Rey. Stop beaming, I've been so excited. Hi, Lonnee. Oh no, I can't hear you.
My bad. I said the most profound things too. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, let's start it again. Hi, Lonnee.
Oh, I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me back.
No problem. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming. Seriously. Before we start, I just wanted to say very quickly, hello. Thank you, everybody, for your fabulous comments. I'm going to go back and say hi and chit chat, but there's some. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you.
Hi, Chris.
Right, Lonnee, let's get down to business, woman. Come on.
Okay.
There's so many juicy things we want to sort of get through to you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be, Chicky. Let's roll.
So, for those of you, everybody who might not know really who you are and what you do, just give people a snippet of you and perhaps what inspired you to do what you're doing right here and now today.
Well, I was a messed up unit for a long time, and I just prayed, oh God, please, I hope I can find my way out of this darkness, and then turn around and have it make sense for someone else someday, somehow, some way. And because it just is like, if this can't serve somebody else, I don't know what this is all about. Why am I, why has it been so hard? And so I consider myself basically the poster child of what not to do. And as a result of that, I've come around to figure out what to do. And now I work as a consultant and advisor in a lot of different ways that have to do with my passions, which are storytelling, compelling storytelling, but especially content strategy and story development. Now, back in the day, when I was first finding my way, I had one thing I knew I could offer. And so I went on stages to go and talk about that. And I was very moved by the time a gal came up to me, and she looked up at me and on stage and had tears in her eyes. And she said, "You make me believe I can do anything." And I never forgot that.
Oh my God.
And even though I was still really, really kind of a mess, I knew I had some value. And that was all I ever wanted, was to feel valuable, accepted. I didn't grow up feeling that very much. And so I turned around and I gave it to other people as much as I could. And sometimes it was the wrong people. And so I wrote a book recently, How to Deal with a Dumbass. On the
It's fucking brilliant. It's fucking
Listen, I tried so hard to make silk purses out of sow's ears, and that's just because there's an expression I love, which is, when you wear rose-colored glasses, red flags just look like flags.
Yeah.
And you don't see what's really going on. And
Yeah.
and I didn't want to be judgmental, and I didn't want to be, like, unaccepting. And so I brought in the worst things into my world. And I'm proof, faith in motion, that somehow I got through it all in spite of myself. So
You're too friggin' right, woman. Absolutely. That's your legacy. Seriously. It's magical. We've been connected it was actually Brian's here today, actually. Thank you so much, Brian. I've not seen you for ages. Thank you for joining us today. But it was actually when I was co-hosting with Brian on it wasn't Radiating. Yes, it was Radiating Rio, wasn't it? It was the Wednesday show. And that's when I met you. And I just love your energy. I love your vibe. I love who you are, what you stand for. And actually, the thing that really joins us together is our love for words. It's like, you call yourself a word nerd. So am I. It's like, find your fizz and flourish with Dr. Noopy's ep list, or, all the little bits and pieces, that I just love words and playing with words. Where did that come from? Or when did that sort of become part of how you share with everybody?
That's a great question. I was
Thanks.
I was greatly influenced by Mark Victor Hansen, the Chicken Soup for the Soul co-author.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of meeting Mark. First, he was on my talk show, and then I met him in person, because he was a call-in, and I met him in person, and then for years circled orbits with Mark. And was in the publishing, Speak and Write for Millions, all these courses. I was, advising. I was a voiceover talent for him. There was a lot of circles around Mark. And so over time, I would just stare at him, and I'm like, how do you come up with these one-liners? How do you do that? I was maybe 29 at the time. So he turned to me very kindly, said, as you get older, you will find your way through to these one-liners. You will find them. They will find you. And I was like, well, how much older do I have to get? Because you sound really cool. Because when you're right around 30, you think, oh my God, it's over the hill time, life is over. Oh no, 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 no. Here I am at 60 now, and I've had a chance to develop quite the repertoire, but a lot of it has to do with life experience. However, as a kid, I used to write cards all the time, and I love to rhyme. And Dr. Seuss, I swear, still alive up
Yes.
in here.
Yes.
And I find that those ways, a vivid imagery of using paintbrush words that cause content to come to life,
Love
and
it.
that's what I love to do. And so, yeah,
Yes.
they've all combined together with a marketing mindset so that it all
Yes. It's
culminates.
magical.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I used to love reading as a kid. I still do. And I'd be, I'd be just holed away somewhere, just head deep in books, reading, and just off on these magical adventures. Seriously. And
Yeah.
the power of words is just incredible. It really touches people's hearts and souls, that's what I feel and think anyway. So tell me more about your newest projects.
I'm so excited. Oh
I
my
know,
goodness.
I can't wait to start talking
Oh, that hurt.
about it.
So, Rattled Awake
Yes.
is Mark, if you're listening, Mark Hansen, okay, I'm taking a cue from you. This is going to be a series. I promise you it is. And what this is what it is um, the opportunity for people to share one significant incident over the last 5 years that dramatically shifted their perspective for the better.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I used to think this, now I think that, and this is what I've learned from it. And I really want, so many people have such a great story to tell, just one, and it's a baby step into being a published author. But this project, oh my goodness, one chapter, right, I can hardly sit still. One chapter over one weekend, no long-winded collaboration groups and meetings and yada yada. No, 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 no. I'm working with Steve Kidd. I'm so excited. I know I keep saying that, right? And we will get this, we'll get your chapter. You'll write your chapter, we'll supervise it. Now I'm a story development editor. I know how to whip things into looking into really good shape so you don't have to worry about being experienced. You don't have to have experience. I will definitely guide you in this. And as far as the reference to chicken soup, what I see is that Rattled Awake can soon become themes. Like I would love to see a Rattled Awake book from young adults or teenagers.
Mm.
Well, over the last 5 years, what's been significant for
Oh,
you?
wow. Yes.
Yeah. So there's themes and that I have in mind already. I'll never forget the time I was standing in the office down there in SoCal, and Chicken Soup had just come out, and Mark and Jack are there and looking at the wall full of Post-it notes. And I said, "What are you doing?" No, those are our next titles. There's 72 of them. And I was like, "Are you crazy?" No, they have 155 now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll never forget that moment. So huge influence,
Yeah.
huge. And then, I love marketing. I love to help people to stand out with their brand out and uniquely tell their story.
Yeah.
And as a show host, I've learned, a really good interview starts right out of the gate, and you want to capture their attention. And
Yeah.
so, as a word nerd, I'm always looking
Yeah.
for ways to pull those threads and give somebody something really special to open with.
Yes. Yes. And when we first met, that's exactly when we were chatting.
Yeah.
Sharing backstories. I was sharing my burnout, how I sort of came up onto LinkedIn in the first place, but not all of it. I think you knew about the burnout. It was only recently I've been telling you about the pivot. And in the last 2 years, actually, what was it that brought me onto LinkedIn? And you kind of just pulled things. I said, what did I say? I said, it's like you weave this, you bring everything in together. It's like a tapestry, and then it just has this beautiful golden thread, because you see sometimes what self doesn't see in the words being used or parts of the story. And I was just mesmerized by that. And I was like, oh my God, I so want to be working with you. I get to do so on this project.
Yes,
I don't know
yes.
why I'm shouting. I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. It's okay. Yeah, it is
I don't
definitely
even know
been.
why I'm apologizing because I'm not sorry at all. Fuck that.
You're a fantastic writer, and it has been an
Oh,
absolute
thank
pleasure.
you.
You are. It's been a pleasure. And then, so some of the things that I do now, you've experienced, like just today.
Yes. Yes.
Coming up with a .com that makes sense for you
Yes.
because
Oh my God.
the Glitter
Yes.
Practitioner is hard to spell and blah, blah, blah.
I
So,
know I have to phonetically spell it out for people. It's like glitter. It's Titiona. And
yeah.
it's just a bit of a mouthful, really. But I guess it was a good springboard because GP means general practitioner. And I am the glitter girl. So shall we?
There's no criticism at all, but when you're on
No, I
podcasts
know.
and when you're promoting your book, the .com that we came up with today,
I love it.
docglitter.com.
I
Come
fucking
on,
love it.
people. Like, come on. I was over here typing one-handed, right? Is Doc Glitter available? Glitter Doc's not available, but Doc
I've
Glitter
got
is.
it. I've got it. I've got it. I've got the .com. I've got the .co.uk. I've got the
Awesome.
I've got all of them. They're all mine. They're all mine. World domination with glitter. That's my
Yes.
legacy. Spreading glitter, literally glitterifying the world. So
Yes. So one of the other things that I love to do that I'm so grateful you've given me a chance to be here today. I want to. So the Rattled Awake. I have a vision for all the authors. And oh, by the way, it's just such a killer deal. Not only do we get your chapter done in a weekend, and you're published and you're a best-selling author. All of it's $500, guys. It's cheap. It's a cheap thrill.
tell them about the extra special bonus.
Extra special bonus.
Yeah.
What? What? What?
There's an add-on. There's an add-on bit where we get to actually, with Steve, he does.
Yes, if they want
And
to.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You can definitely enroll and engage some experts in marketing insights from Steve Kidd. Amazing. And then podcast training from yours truly. Because I really.
It's all part of the package. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you. I'm really excited about that weekend that's coming up. It's in August 18th.
That's my birthday. That's my birthday.
Actually, that's right. Stop the presses. We have to move the date.
Just saying. Just thought I'd just drop that in there. Sorry, go on.
So I want to give people unique ways to have their story, their chapter really read like a novel. You see, I also work with people in what's called prescriptive nonfiction. And that is, today I'm such and so, but it wasn't always that way. Here's my story and why I'm valid to tell you, help you. I have solutions for you. I don't want these chapters to read like that. I want them to be really beautifully told stories. And so I've come up with some ways to open these stories. And I'll just give you a few. Let's say that someone wants their message, their incident, the most significant over the past 5 years that changed their perspective was they realized that they could do better by thinking for themselves. Okay. That's their overall message. Okay. So that story could open with this really cool experiment. This experiment was done. They put fleas in a jar, just like this. And so the story is the scientists put fleas in the jar, put the lid on it, and left it for 3 days undisturbed. When they came back, they removed the lid, and the fleas never jumped higher than the lid of the jar. Their offspring never jumped higher than the jar lid, right? What does that tell you? Like, that is like some kind of conditioning, right? Okay, that's fleas. But your message could be, are you flea thinking or free thinking?
Oh, I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
So that's you could open, right? You can open stories with experiments, historical references.
I love it.
If you found that you you want to reference something from childhood, but it's a reference to the current times in the recent 5 years, your point of view change. So here's one for you. When I was a kid, we drove by McDonald's and it would say the number of hamburgers sold. It would say, I remember when it hit into 10,000 sold. And then I remember literally 50,000 sold. It is now 78 per second. McDonald's hamburgers sell 78 per second. Now that story has multiple legs. That could be a story about what I've realized is that I need to unplug from technology, or I need to eat healthier, or that the world's moving too fast. There's a lot of ways you can take that one fact and run with it to have it illustrate your point.
Yes.
Now, if you're flipping pages in a book of stories and somebody's got an opening like that, aren't you going to want to read it?
Yeah.
That's just compelling storytelling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so instead of giving away the end, like today today I believe there are aliens, but before I didn't, and I'm going to show you they exist. No, don't give it away up front. No, I'm going to
teach people, take you through a journey, tease, tantalize them.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's
yes.
enticing. I love that. Absolutely.
Yes.
So tell me, how does a writer truly grab somebody by the balls and go, right, come on in, get you transfixed from literally the minute they open and they start reading?
You want to pull something that's relevant. Let's say that you've decided that you want to, the point of view you want to change is how you've decided to be independent in your thinking, or you're breaking it away from the crowd. You want to really appeal to people who can relate to that, right? So choose a proper, relevant analogy, like Lao Tzu, who said, care for the approval of others and you will always be their prisoner. So you open with that, and then you go into the story itself. And it isn't, let me tell you a story. It is, we're gonna, like when you were at the office and those women were saying, I'm just going to put up with this. I'm just going to put up with this.
Yes.
I know I'm burning out. If we were to tell that story, I would literally drop right into it. Maybe a water cooler dialogue would open that immediately, so that people would be like, oh, what's going on here? And right. So these chapters are a wonderful way to illustrate your point, and it's not belabored. It's beginning, middle, end, and then there's another one. And so it's easy for the readers to keep going, as long as and you'll go through the hard part, and then you'll go, and this is what I learned. And this, I really want you to take this away. I hope that this helps you. And that's really why we're all
How
here.
beautiful. Yes. Yes. Oh, wow. I can't bloody wait. I can't wait. Seriously.
I'm so excited.
I can see literally you are the fizz that's coming off you is just, I can feel it. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But that's your passion, and that's amazing. Before look, Nicole is going to do it.
Yes. I know. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, Gabe's here. Hi, Gabe. I'm seeing people pop. I've not been around for ages, and it's so nice. I don't know why I'm waving. It's so nice. I just turned into this goofball. Oh, hi, Juliet. Absolutely. It is so exciting. So do you want to give people a little snippet further about the type, how they're going to be going through the webinars and all that type of thing?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Yes.
You can use me as an example. I don't mind. I'm not going to give everything away.
No, that's all right. We're really just going to be like that little gnome behind me, just right there for you. Making sure that you're on track with your story. Because a lot of times folks don't know how to get started, but if we start with one of those front end things, like I told you, then that just makes sense. Oh, yeah, I can tell that. Yeah, just tell me a story. Don't be a writer. Just tell me a story. Yeah. And so it's 4 hours on Saturday and 4 hours on Sunday. And by the time Sunday night's done, over. You're gonna you're gonna submit your work to me, and then as a story development editor and all that stuff that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go through and polish it up and make sure that it reads well. I'm not gonna do a lot of editing because it's a ridiculous amount of effort and time. So I'm going to make sure that you shine before it gets turned in. And then just a bio and a pic. Oh, and I love the covers. Hey, Russ, can you show the cover? The front cover has people with their hands over their eyes.
Ooh.
Like this.
Yeah.
And yeah, there we go.
Yes. I love it.
Yes. So that's voluntary, right? And so they're literally purposely covering their eyes, and a lot of us have done that. And this series is about wake-up calls. What happened and how can it help other people? Was it school and now you're homeschooling your kid? Great. Inspire others with it. And so the back cover is that same image, that ripped page, but I've taken the darkness off so you can see what was actually underneath the darkness, which is things that want to grow and blossom. And then I love the author's pictures. They're going to be on these little pics.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And it's that simple. I know that simple and succinct sells. And so it'll be under 100 pages. We'll make sure that it gets into the quick reads categories. I know about marketing a book too. We're going to take that book and then we're going to make it a bestseller. So all these authors will be able to claim best-selling author very early in September.
It's a no-brainer.
I know, right?
I know. I remember when you were sharing it with me, we were just every week, pretty much, actually. It is Monday nights after Glitter Practitioner. Lonnee and I just
it's our
chit chat and just catch up and stuff. And we just, shoot the breeze. She's telling me what she's up to, and vice versa. And you're telling me, and I'm like, holy shit, man! I want to be a part of it. I want to do it. What do you mean? So I was the first person to sign up.
I'm thrilled about that. Yeah.
And you actually gave me a lot of confidence. I think it came from when Jennifer Sharp was doing her Leading with Soul, and I was featured with Constance is in it, Lisa Marie's in it. Some amazing people are in there about women leading and leading with soul. And I sent you my article. Obviously, it was like a 2,000 word thing, and I sent it to you before I sent it to Jennifer, and then she ran with it. And your comments, your feedback really, really boosted my confidence, because I do love writing, but I'm not thinking, and I just get down and do it. So,
well, that's honey.
I feel like I'm in very safe hands, basically.
Oh, thank you, and you are. And for people that haven't worked with me yet, you will be, and I love what I do, and
it shows.
Really will guide you through this, and don't let it be scary. It can be fun, and I want to encourage people. But you were easy. You were an easy thing to encourage, and
it doesn't take much, really. No, but thank you.
Well, what I mean is, it didn't take a lot of work to say this needs to be polished up. It was like, this is freaking brilliant. If anything, when I work with you, the things that I want to do is kind of hone in and like chop things up a little bit. And that's content strategy, and make in your chapter, we will probably say, and for other people that have a book coming out, find me here. You'll have contact information at the end of the chapter, and look for my next book. So I'm a promo hoe from a long time ago, yo. So I just
say that again. I love it.
I'm a promo hoe from a long time ago, yo. Yeah, that. So you
bring out the badass in me. You really do, Lonnee Rey.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the clock. We probably got to cut it short, huh? We're done.
No, we've got time. No, it's fine. Okay. It's fine. I'm looking down, checking in on Russ. It's okay. We've got a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yes, I cannot wait. So how do people grab this offer? Because I know it's a limited time offer, I believe.
Actually, I thought it was, But what we're
Yes.
finding is we should keep doing this.
Okay.
Because the vision of multiple themes and multiple books, the 500. I hope that we're not operating in the red. I'll have to see how much time it really takes me to edit.
Yeah.
I don't want to have more than 12 authors in a book. I don't want the book to be exhaustive.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the clock like, okay, I told you guys to give me your work on Sunday. I want to get this off to Amazon by Thursday. And
Oh
then
my God.
by the week, yeah, we are, as Nicole put it, you guys
Yeah.
don't play around. And I'm
No.
like, no, we don't.
Well, you know what? That's the whole point. It's
Yeah.
guaranteed. It's there. And it's almost, if you let things go too long, you kind of lose the whole, it just becomes, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do this another day. It's guaranteed. So come on, 12 people. The 2 spots have gone already, haven't they?
Actually, CJ's in, Dr. Leland's in.
Yes, that's 3 gone. Nicole looks like she's in. That's
Nicole's
4
in.
gone.
Yes.
Juliet was
Jill.
thinking, I think, yeah, there we go. Right, so
Jill.
4. Yes, 5. That's 5.
I got goosebumps.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
I'm so
So
excited.
7 slots left.
Yeah.
People better grab them. I feel like I'm on Gemporia.
Well, listen, not to sound too hawkster.
7 slots left. Come on, people. Let's go. Come on. You really don't want to miss out on this before it goes. Come on.
So let me just tell you this.
Yes.
We are going to do 12 in the first book. We
Mm-hmm.
can train a bunch of people, so to speak, get them, go through the writing workshop. And and please, if you're going to sign up, know that weekend you're going to be buried in writing. I want you to know,
Yes.
take this seriously, but it's going to be one and done, hun. And then we're going to
Yes.
wrap it up, package it with a pretty bow. We got the cover design. We're ready to roll. Yeah, like that.
Love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
Nothing long-winded, man. I've been through that. Nah.
I wonder if there can be something when you go through a chapter.
What?
I've got the giggles. I'm so sorry.
It's cool. Gigglefoot.
When you come to the chapter, okay, and then just this glitter comes out. I'll do that for my book, actually, not just for the chapter.
Well, actually, since I have a background in promotional advertising items, what I would
Will you
do
help
with
me?
that
Yes.
is I would put your book into what's called a brandelope, which has your special brand look on it. The whole envelope is special, and when they open it, some confetti will come out. They'll hate that, but they'll remember you. So, yeah, I love
Oh my God, I don't care. Glitter. It has to be glitter.
So, yeah, okay. So with third-party insights, that's my advisory site. For people that are working on a project and they need boom, quick hit ideas like
Yes.
taglines. I had a friend of mine, she's a female handyman, and she was starting her own business. And I said, who do you really like to work with? Oh, I love the elderly ladies, and they love me. And so I created a company called The Old Gal's Pal, a handy woman service.
Yeah.
And it told everything that she did. So, if you need help with naming things, brand naming, taglines, finding a good domain name, this service that I have is like having me on speed dial. It's unlimited calls. It's inexpensive.
That's amazing.
I don't want to call myself cheap, but it is kind of. And it's just 15-minute, bang, 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 bang. I'm going to get you going, off and running again. So.
You know what? Sometimes you just want these tiny little, it's almost like, I've got food on my brain. It's almost like these. You just need a little pick me up. You need a little snack, a little protein bite, shall we say? A bit of sugar fix, and it's just bam. There you go. You just need this for now, and you don't want to. It doesn't have to be the whole, an hour, 2-hour thing going through everything.
No.
It's just like pew, pew. It's like a glitter nugget. We need to come up with something for you though. It's a.
Well, I call them microburst sessions. It's a microburst, man.
Microburst session. There you go.
It's a nice way of saying fire hose, but I got a lot of resources and things. I'm just sitting them on them here, and I can save people. Save time. Take the zip line to the finish line. You don't need. Yeah, I know, pithy one-liners, right?
Yes.
Gee, I never come up with those.
We need to get these one-liners on billboards. I can see it.
Oh, that's my dream.
I know.
That up. So you guys know.
No problem.
in 50 Inspirational Connections, there's a question, what would you do for the community? And I was like, well, ever since I was little, what I wanted to do was post billboards all across the nation, and I would have them be like, one-liners that inspire. So you're driving along, you'd be like, oh yeah, follow your inner GPS. Okay, just have across. Is that big enough across the nation? That's what I would love to do, is have these billboards.
I'll come with you. We'll do a little. I'm your number one fan. Come on, everybody, come and stand and look at this billboard right now.
Man, that's what I would do with all these one-liners. Delete the need to understand. What's that mean, honey? I don't know. Delete the need to understand, apparently.
I love this one. I love this one. I wrote it down from last time. Ask why before you comply.
Yes. There's
so many.
Yeah,
There's
I used
so
to have
many.
that as a .com. I was gonna step out with some information on that. Ask why before you comply. But that's one of the ways to open a story. It's a great one-liner. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I wrote it down.
Absolutely. So, Miss Lonnee Rey, coolest cat in town. I just love saying that because you really are. How can people get hold of you?
Well, certainly on LinkedIn. That's a great place to reach me. They can email taglinequeen@gmail.com. You can also, scoot on over to Third Party Insights. People seem to like that little site. It's a quick read. It's only about 10 minutes, and you could just surf right through it.
I think is Third Party Insights? You've got testimonials on there.
Yes.
Oh, and I wonder who's there.
Yes, I have some wonderful testimonials. Yeah, I really do enjoy helping people with quick hits, and you were wonderful.
You are amazing. You are amazing.
Thank you.
I'm so glad our worlds, I should say, collided.
Yeah.
With a bish bash, bam, pow.
Divine timing. Seriously.
Divine
Thanks, Brian.
timing. Yes, thank you, Brian.
Brian Shulman has shaped my life in ways he doesn't even remember, but I do, and you're one of them. Yeah. No. Oh, he might. He keeps track of things pretty good. Nothing.
Yeah. No. Nothing goes above. But, he knows that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming on. I am so excited for you. I think this project is going to be friggin' incredible.
I know.
And thank you also for having me. God, what do you want to do?
Sorry, but I gotta say, I'm gonna have you on my show. I'm so excited to do another podcast.
Yes.
I missed interviewing people, and so I'm looking for guests, people that have a perspective. I know you're in everything I'm gonna do. It's just how we roll. But podcast guests, interview series. I'm thrilled to be doing this again, and yeah,
you're good. You're good. I can't wait.
I love interviewing. So yeah.
Yes. And isn't that part of the chapters as well? One of the things is that you're in the book. You're going to be a best-selling author, as well as you get featured on your podcast.
That's right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Ding ding.
So guaranteed. Yes, absolutely. Great marketing. Fantastic. Yeah. Scott Smith's here. Hi. Put me in, coach. Right, there you go. We've got somebody else. Fantastic. Come on, 6 places left. Come on. I actually JD was here as well. Hi JD. Actually, I predict give it a week. Okay. I think in a week these slots will have gone. So you know what, people? Get contacting Lonnee Rey.
Yeah, and the workshop is
we need to get started.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And then I'll turn them on to a training that we did on how to write your bestseller in an hour, and then they can get it going. If I can say it.
I get it. Indeed. Great.
I had that fruit smoothie before we started. I was like, I need a little energy. Damn.
Oh, amazing stuff. Right. Watch this space, peoples. Watch this space. Thank you for coming on. Don't go anywhere because I will most definitely be joining you in the green room.
I will. And thank you, everybody. I couldn't see your comments, but I know you're here. Thank you so much.
Amazing comments. Seriously, wait till you see them all.
So
I've kind of been reading them as I've been going along, but I've been paying more attention here. Anyway.
Thank you, guys.
Wow. She is incredible. She is amazing. And I'm absolutely chuffed to bits that this opportunity's come about. Thank you, everybody, for all the comments. I can't wait to read them all. I've been trying not to get distracted, so I'm not going to look over there. So just as a reminder, you can find me here every Monday at 8 o'clock GMT, which is 12 noon Pacific daylight time. And you can also get hold of me on my Calendly link, direct message me on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all under the Glitter Practitioner. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you again next week. Bye.